All right, what's up, guys? So here we are. I am going to go over the car and explain everything done to it, show you guys how it sat for this most recent pass at the track, which was 1041 at 129 miles per hour, something like that, I think. Posted it on a few pages and getting a lot of questions about it. People seem to think that I'm hiding something or not willing to be honest about what's done to the car. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell everybody what it is. I will be honest, at one point I was trying to do some grudge racing with this thing and, not put out all the information about it. But up until, I want to say it was right after Cam went through his issues with the Camaro and we were gonna run him. After that happened and the run got canceled, I decided to go ahead and start doing some more stuff to it and try some shit out. So that's why it is now a slightly different setup than what it was in Shane's video. So Shane was the last one to make a video about it. That's going to be the most recent stuff, but I'll talk to you guys about everything in Shane's video and also what's new. If you haven't, go check out Shane's video and subscribe to his channel. He made a badass video of the car. Spent a day with him doing some fucking around, and it ended up being an awesome video. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out on his channel. I'll link his channel in the description, and that way you guys can go see some of his other videos. So let's talk about what it does have, and then I'll go over what's changed. So it is a 2014 5.0 Gen 1 stock motor. It's full bolt-on. It has the garage built OTR intake, a ported Cobra jet. It has Kooks 1 7/8 long tube headers. It is dumped exhaust, has no cats or anything of that nature. It has a lighter water pump pulley. It has an Innovators West Crank pulley. What am I missing here? VMP, Twin69 throttle body. Injectors are ID 1000s. Fuel pumps, I believe, are Twin 265s or something of that nature. It's a Fore Innovations hat with twin pumps. What else am I missing? A lot of weight reduction stuff. It has no type of crash bar behind here. It has no crash bar in the rear bumper. It doesn't have any airbags. It is completely gutted, so let me show you guys the inside. Doors are completely gutted inside as well. It just has the skin. It does still have the factory dash and everything else behind it. It still has AC. It's too damn hot in Texas to not have AC. So it still does have AC. There's two Kirkies in it. For the first pass, both Kirkies were in it. For the second pass, it only had the driver's seat, obviously. The back is gutted. There's nothing back there either. Completely empty. The battery has been relocated back there. That might be one of the new things. I don't know if it was like that on Shane's video, but if it wasn't, yeah, there it is. So battery relocation. As far as transmission, so the transmission was built by David Sauls over at Sauls Performance. It has a Circle D 5C converter in it, which is like a, I don't know, high 3000 stall speed. The suspension that's on it as of right now was all done by David Sauls as well. It has strange single adjustable front struts and BMR drag springs. The rear has Viking double adjustables, and it has a BMR anti-roll bar, BMR upper and lower control arms. All of that is solid mount stuff, Heim joint stuff, no type of bushings back there. And I think that goes over quickly most of the stuff that is in Shane's video. Like I said, go check his video out for me going over that stuff. Now, as I said, what ended up happening is a lot of y'all that follow me on Instagram or follow Cam Slow LT1 on Instagram know that we had a race that we were going to try to get done. I believe it was last month. Can't remember anymore, but sadly Cam had some issues, ended up hurting his motor when he came down here to get that run in. No bad blood between us at all. I was completely fine that he had to cancel because of the fact that he hurt his motor. I didn't want him to do something that would have just made it worse than what it already was. So he's good people. I appreciate him for at least even coming down here and trying to get that run in. He knew that I really didn't have means of like traveling with the car. If I can't drive it somewhere, I usually can't get it somewhere. I don't own a truck. I don't own a trailer. So huge shout out to Cam for coming out here and at least trying to get that run in with me. Go check out his channel too if you want to see a video, him going over, taking the motor apart, pulling it out and all that good stuff, and seeing what he ended up finding out was the issue. So anyways, after that run was supposed to happen and it got canceled, I got a little spark in my ass again to fucking want to try doing something with this car again, and went ahead and contacted Anthony and Drew at Garage Built Performance, and I said, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and do these cams. So got the cams, they put them in for me. With the cams, we went ahead and decided to try and go to the track again and see what that yielded for us, just the cams. I think the best before the cams was a 10.7 at like 126 or 127, something of that nature. So did the cams. Oh, there's a train passing. Let me let that train pass and I'll be right back. The train's done passing. So as I was saying, did the cams. They are comp stage 3 cams, okay? Decided let's go to the track, see what it's gonna do with just the cams change. And it picked up a 10th. It went from 10.7 60s to 10.60 at 128. So that's what the cams yielded us. Still pretty bad weather. It was like 2600-ish DA, something of that nature. Humid. We're out in Houston, Texas, so humidity and heat out here are always pretty fucking bad. But so that's what we changed after the whole thing fell out with the race with Cam. So went to the track, did that, and then decided, you know what, the whole reason for the fuel system to get put on was to at some point mess with some different types of fuels. So went ahead and decided for this track rental, let's go ahead and do that. So we ran a mixture of M5 with a tiny bit of 50-50 nitro mix. It wasn't straight nitro, it was a 50-50 of the nitro M5 mix. So it was mostly M5 with maybe a gallon and a half or two of the 50-50 mix. And that yielded us the 1040. So that's what changed. A lot of people that are asking and wanting to know, that's what changed. The cams were swapped out, and that's when it ran the 1060, which I don't think I posted about, but if I didn't post it about, now y'all know about it. So and then the fuel. And the only reason why we didn't end up mixing more fuel and going heavier, the fuel's back over there, and going heavier with the concentration of it was just to see what it was going to do with a light mixture of it, and and then go from there, look at the plugs, see what they were going to look like. Speaking of plugs, got the plugs right over here. So you'll see that these plugs don't actually look bad. So our conclusion is that we can probably put a lot more of the mix, if not, probably run straight 50-50 mix. And it ideally looks like it should be just fine. Won't know until that happens. But at the same time, that's not going to happen right now because I'm going to go ahead and wait for cooler weather. You know, everybody runs their glory passes in cooler weather. I'm just going to go ahead and run my glory pass in the cooler weather because I really want to boost this thing. I want to get out of this all motor crap because honestly, it's just not as fun. It's, to me, anymore. I mean, there's not a lot of all motor cars to run. I'm in a weird position with the all motor stuff to where some people say I'm too fast to be all motor, and some people are just way too fast as all motor cars. And it puts me in a weird spot. So with some boost, which I'm thinking like a centrifugal or something, that'll be what happens after I go and run a glory pass. And by glory pass, I'm hoping that this car with me in it is going to run a 980. Let's just say 980. That's probably pushing it, but 990 is probably ideally what it's going to run. But let's say 980. 980 at little over 130 is what my guess is going to be. Once it does that, I mean, the plan is to probably see if it can use a little bit more of the mix, and if it can use a little bit more of the mix, we'll put more of the nitro M5 mix in there and probably shed a little bit more weight. And by that I mean let's put a different driver in it, because if you don't know, I'm 310 pounds, give or take. So putting somebody lighter in there will probably yield me another tenth or two and maybe see a 9.6 out of it. And the goal is just a 9. So any 9 I'll be happy with. To get there too, I think we're also going to change up the converter. Like I said, it has a 5C in it. I think we're going to try to put a 6F in it. See how that goes. And if you watch some of the videos, you'll see that it wants to leave a lot harder. We're leaving at like 4,300 RPM, but that's as high as the converter will stall up. So maybe with a 6F and a gear change. I think they right now the gears are 331s. Maybe we can put a 355 or a 373 and get away with it leaving a little harder too. But we'll see about that. Not exactly sure yet. That's just something that is a possibility of doing. A lot of people want to know how much it weighs. I mean, as far as it being a gutted S197, it's already not a heavy car to begin with. But with how it sits without me in it is like about 3,200 pounds. And then, like I told y'all, I'm 310 pounds. So add that to that, and that's how much it weighs. So 30, I don't know, right at 3,500, something like that. Other than that, that's it. That's really all that changed. There's not anything secret about it. It's not something that I'm the only one doing. You know, obviously someone else has done this before for me to have wanted to attempt this as well. So to go over it again quickly: full bolt-on, stage 3 cams, OTR intake done by Garage Built Performance. The cams were done by Garage Built Performance. Oil pump gears done by them. If you need any work done on your mod motor stuff, Coyotes, whatever, you can contact Anthony at Garage Built Performance. Also, you can contact David Sauls at Sauls Performance. He also does the same amount of work, same type of work that they do. He's the one that built the transmission for me. He put all the suspension on and set everything at to where he felt was ideal. Other than that, tuning wise, Palm Beach Dyno, get with Garage Built Performance as well. Anthony, let him know you're looking to get tuned by them. He'll get you set up and taken care of real quick, real easy. But yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, no secrets, no BS, no lies. I don't really worry too much anymore about saying what's done to it. I know some people will probably be upset, Brian, that I'm even going over the car and saying anything about it. But to be honest, racing is not the same as it was. I like to actually do digs on the street with this car, not really do stuff at the track. But we weren't having any luck with any of that. So in order to get runs, which probably still isn't going to happen, I tried to open up to saying, you know what, let's race at the track. Haven't got anything locked in for the track yet. We'll see what happens here in the future. If somebody does want to lock something in for the track, that's cool. We'll do it. If not, then I'm not really worried about it either. I just want to drive it. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I posted it for sale a few weeks ago and got some offers, but not anything that ended up being serious or not something that I was willing to do as far as how they wanted to go about working a deal out. Just not comfortable with it. So ended up saying, you know what, we're going to go ahead and just keep it. And that is why we went to the track rental. That's why we went ahead and poured the fuel in it and did that mix, and why I'm now going to go ahead and keep it and probably do some more stuff to it as far as the whatever can be done cheaply in and then we'll see about doing the centrifugal and throwing some boost at it and having some fun with it like that. But if you have any inquiries about the car, any questions, I don't mind you messaging me and asking me, but I'd rather you message the people involved with putting this car together, because all I really do is drive it. If you got any work that you need done, like I said, hit up Garage Built Performance. Anthony or Drew can take care of you. Same thing with David Sauls. Hit him up and let him know what you're looking for. Don't waste these guys' time, though, man. It is not cool for them to get a million questions about something and then you don't ever reply back or don't ever schedule a date to drop off your car and get stuff done. You know, that's time that they put in to give you pricing quotes and answer your questions. So if you're going to ask them something, ask them and at least be sincere with wanting to get something done. Other than that, if anybody wants to try to get some runs in, let me know. Just reach out to me. Track or street. I prefer the street, but you know, track is fine. We'll do track. I'm not gonna go against it and make it harder for me to get a run, because all I'm saying is I want to do a street. But I think that goes over everything. So if you wouldn't mind, give the video a like, subscribe. I will link Shane's video in the description about him going over the car, which is a lot better video than me just walking around in my garage. And then I'll also link Cameron's video from the leading up to the race and him finding out the car was hurt. So I appreciate you guys. Share the video, like, subscribe, and, you know, help me out. Thanks.